A career can look successful on paper and still quietly ruin your life. Not because the job is bad, not because the person failed, but because the reason behind the choice was flawed from the beginning. We're not judging careers, but understanding the reasons people choose them and why some of those reasons lead to frustration years later. Career dissatisfaction doesn't always come from laziness or lack of ambition. It usually comes from logic that made sense once, but didn't age well. People don't choose careers randomly. They choose them based on signals they're given early on. Some of those signals are helpful, some are incomplete. And once a career is chosen for the wrong reason, it's easy to spend years trying to fix the symptoms instead of addressing the root cause. Today we have a couple reasons as to why people fall into this rabbit hole of pursuing a career that was never meant for them. Reason number 1, prestige. Prestige is one of the strongest forces in career decisions. Certain titles carry weight. They earn approval. They sound impressive in conversation. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, consultant, executive. There's nothing wrong with these careers. The problem starts when the image of the role matters more than the experience of living inside it. Prestige feels great in public, but prestige doesn't show up on Monday mornings. It doesn't make long hours easier. It doesn't reduce stress. A career chosen for how it looks often ignores how it actually feels day to day. Reason number 2, salary alone. Income matters. Ignoring that would be dishonest. But salary by itself is a dangerous decision maker. 2 jobs can pay the same amount and produce completely different lives. One might offer flexibility, energy, and growth. The other might offer stress, exhaustion, and constant pressure. When careers are chosen purely for pay, important questions get skipped. How many hours does this cost? How much mental energy does it take? How replaceable is this role? How long does the income actually last? High income can delay misalignment, but it doesn't prevent it. Money solves financial problems. It doesn't solve identity problems. Reason number 3, fear of falling behind. This reason rarely gets talked about openly. A lot of career decisions are driven by fear, specifically the fear of being left behind. Peers move forward, promotions appear, life milestones happen. Suddenly, the decision isn't about fit anymore, it's about speed. How fast can progress happen? How fast can stability be reached? How fast can comparison stop hurting? Fear accelerates movement, but it doesn't guarantee direction. Years later, many people realize they moved quickly without moving intentionally. Reason number 4, parental or cultural expectations. For many people, career paths aren't chosen, they're inherited. Families want security. Cultures value certain professions. Communities reward familiar paths. Those expectations get internalized early. This is what success looks like. This is what makes sense. This is what respectable people do. The cost isn't obvious at first, but living someone else's definition of success eventually stops working. Not because the career is wrong, but because it was never truly owned. Borrowed goals don't motivate forever. Reason number 5, passion without structure. Follow your passion sounds empowering, but passion without structure often becomes pressure. Some interests don't scale into sustainable careers. Some passions turn exhausting when tied to survival. Some things are better kept as hobbies. The mistake isn't passion, it's confusing interest with infrastructure. Careers exist where tolerance, market value, and long-term leverage intersect. Ignoring any one of those creates imbalance. Reason number 6, avoiding discomfort. This reason is harder to admit. Sometimes careers are chosen because they feel safe. They don't demand uncomfortable growth. They don't expose weaknesses. They don't force difficult conversations. Comfort feels good early on. But careers that avoid discomfort often cap growth quietly. Years later, people feel bored, underutilized, or invisible without knowing exactly why. Growth requires friction, not chaos, but challenge. The pattern behind all of this. When all these reasons are viewed together, a pattern appears. People don't choose careers for bad reasons. They choose them for incomplete reasons. They optimize for how it looks, how fast it pays, how it compares, how safe it feels in the moment, and forget to ask, what kind of life does this create? What options does this open or close? Who does this turn someone into over time? Careers aren't single decisions. They're systems with momentum. Every year on a path makes it easier to continue and harder to pivot. That's why clarity early matters more than most realize. When you see someone genuinely happy with their career, there's typically a history of choices, positive priorities, and emotional intelligence that comes with. Better decisions don't chase noise. They evaluate alignment. They consider lifestyle, not just income. Energy, not just ambition. Growth over decades, not months. Optionality, not just stability. A career doesn't need to impress everyone. It needs to work for the person living it. Nowadays, this matters more than ever because the world is changing faster than career advice. Titles evolve, industries shift, paths are no longer linear. That makes surface-level decision-making riskier than ever. The people who adapt best aren't the ones who guessed right once. They're the ones who understand how to evaluate and adjust their path over time. If this perspective feels different, it's because career clarity rarely gets explained this way. Other videos on this channel break down why certain careers quietly outperform expectations, why some paths age better than others, and why people rethink careers later than they should. Those ideas connect. Careers aren't about guessing correctly once. They're about understanding the system well enough to keep making better decisions. That's the path forward.